Hi dear English learners, how are you all doing? I hope you are doing well. You know very well, we are all locked down, our entire country is locked down. So let's learn some new English vocabulary related to these contemporary problems. You know what the problem is? Uh, that is Corona pandemic, right? Let's learn. Quarantine. What do you mean by quarantine? Quarantine is a state, a period, or a place where people are restricted on their movements in order to prevent the spread of a contagious disease. And the people who are kept under quarantine are separated from other people in order to stop the spread of the contagious disease. So they are put separately and they are accommodated separately. Isolation is also a state of being separated from other people in order to stop the spread of a contagious disease. Most people confuse between quarantine and isolation, but there is a slight difference in understanding. Let me tell you the difference between quarantine and isolation. Isolation separates sick people who are affected by a contagious disease. They are already sick, they are already affected by the contagious disease, so that in order to stop the spreading of the contagious disease, they are they are put under isolation. People who are under quarantine may have been exposed to a disease and they may have the disease as well, but don't show the symptoms. Alright, they may have the disease or they may not have the disease, but in order to stop the spreading of that contagious disease, so they are kept under quarantine. People who are kept under isolation are already suffering from that disease. Alright, have you got the point? Epidemic. Epidemic. A disease can be declared an epidemic when it spreads over a wide area and many people become sick at the same time. Have you got the point? So it spreads over a wide area and at the same time many people become sick. Pandemic. Pandemic is also just like epidemic, but there is a slight difference in understanding. Let me explain it. Pandemic is also a type of epidemic that occurs in a wide geographical area, in fact in many countries over the world, and affects many people, high number of population at a time. And this is the difference between epidemic and pandemic. Pandemic is very bigger, highly effective than epidemic. Corona pandemic, corona pandemic, corona pandemic is affecting high number of population all over the world, right? Outbreak. What do you mean by outbreak? A sudden unpleasant rise in an incident of a disease. For example, the outbreak of the corona pandemic, the outbreak of the war, it is also referred to war, the outbreak of World War II, the outbreak of World War One. So it is also referred to wars and diseases, especially contagious diseases, because it affects in high number of population. So the outbreak of some contagious disease. All right. I hope my video is helpful to learn new vocabulary related to this lockdown period. Thank you for watching, and I'll come up with a new video, interesting video very soon.